Money does not have an owner. Money does not have a destination till you tell it where to go to. You have the power to tell your money where to go to. Hello everyone, my name is Flo. Welcome back to Flo Finance, a channel where I talk about the things I invest in and the things that I plan to invest in Nigeria. I was going to make another video telling you about another money market instrument you can invest in. The other time we talked about treasury bills, but something came to me that I need to make this video I'm about to make today. I need to talk about the right mindset we need to have to be an investor. Being an investor in our future is not an easy thing. Yeah, there's a lot of distractions in the world. Having that self-control to be able to set apart a specific percentage of your income every month to invest towards your future is not easy. So having the right mindset is very important. The greatest mistake you will make as an income earner is to think that the money you earn at the end of every month, your income, your salary. Yeah, I know that some people are paid every 2 weeks in the US, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to talk about salary as the money that you earn monthly. Yeah, the greatest mistake you can ever make as an income earner is to believe, to see this money you earn every month, your salary, as your money. It is not your money. Here's why. When you earn your salary at the end of every month, you take a big chunk of it. Yeah, this is a known fact that we spend the most amount of our income on shelter, on where we live. Yeah, whether you're paying rent or you're paying mortgage. So if you're renting, you take this huge percentage of your salary and give to your landlord for your rent. That's your landlord's share for that month. If you bought your house with a loan from a bank, you pay mortgage at the end of every month. So that share is for your bank. And then, of course, you buy food. Food is the most basic need of humans. Yeah, it's important. You buy food, you pay utility bills, which is electricity, water. You pay for gas, depending on how the heating in your home is powered. This is for those that live in temperate regions. It's not applicable to Nigerians. But in Nigeria, we pay rent, we pay service charge, we pay waste disposal fees and all the other small things. Yeah, outside Nigeria, you pay council tax, stuff like that. These are the things that you cannot default on. If you have people in your payroll, maybe family members that you give money every month, you need to send them money. That one is their share. And you may look at your phone and you say, oh, I need a new phone. I bought this phone 5 years ago. Yeah, even if you really need a new phone or you just want the latest phone, yeah, you give that one to your phone company. That's your phone company's share. And then you look at your wardrobe and you're like, oh, I deserve it. I need a new wardrobe. I can't keep myself. I deserve it. Then you go online or you go shopping, whichever way you do it, and that's your fashion shop's share. That's how you will be sharing it to everybody, and in the end you're left with nothing. That's because you see your salary as your money. You see it as your own to distribute to other people. But if you see your salary as not your money, if you see yourself as just the custodian of your salary, just imagine you're in a room full of people and someone, let's call this person a philanthropist, someone comes into the room and gives you a wad of notes, money, and says, okay, share this amongst yourselves. What do you do with this money? You know that this money is not yours. So when you're sharing, you include yourself, right? The person that gave you the money, the philanthropist, doesn't get a share from this money because it's his money. But because it's not your money, you're just a custodian. You're just told, okay, you're given the responsibility to share the money. What you do is you make sure that everybody, including yourself, gets a share. That's the two different mindsets I'm talking about today. You either see your salary as your money or you see it as not your money. Yeah. And the only way you can ensure to set aside some money every month to go towards investments, your own investments. It's when you don't see your salary as your money. That's the right mindset to have as an investor. I know you may say, oh, what if I am not a spendy kind of person? I don't even spend money on frivolous things. The problem is that by the time I finish paying for all these basic needs, food, shelter, utilities, the money is gone. And to that, I would say you can do three things. First of all, you need to sit down and take a close look, forensic look at your current spendings. Sometimes we pay for things out of habit. We feel that this thing is important and we continue paying them year in, year out like a robot without thinking about it. And these things keep adding up, even if it's a small amount of money. For instance, some people have cable TV at their home and they have Netflix as well. How many times do you have in a day to watch these two things? Yeah, a lot of people have full-time internet. They have these two things and they spend a lot of time on YouTube watching YouTube videos. So YouTube is your main source of entertainment. Why then do you have cable TV and Netflix as well? You can cancel the other ones, but because you're used to paying for them, you don't really know, or you don't really realize that you've paid for these things for months, for years, without actually using them. A good example with my own experience is that before we got married, my husband was subscribed to Time magazine, the Time magazine, the paper one that was coming to his house, and he was reading it when he was single. And when we got married, we continued with the subscription for years. For years. It's only recently that I went in and canceled it because we had this emotional attachment to some columnists in that magazine. We like reading their take on what is happening in the world. And you know that by the time these magazines arrive, it's already stale news, but we still enjoyed reading them. And by then, we were already getting most of our news from the internet. We weren't even reading these magazines as before, because I will notice that we have like 4 issues that I haven't read, and another one has come. And I'm like, we get most of our news as it happens on the internet anyway for free. So why do we still need these paper magazines? We don't really need them. It's just the attachment we have with some of the columnists. Then one day they sent this renewal notification. I was like, do we really still need this? Do we? And then I called them, or was it I sent them an email, and I asked them, you see, I knew that we didn't need them, but I wanted to see if they could reduce the subscription, the amount, so that we can continue. And I sent them an email and asked if they can reduce it by 50% for us to continue to be subscribers, and they said no. And I'm like, okay, then it will have to expire. So since then, we started saving 50-something euros every year. Do you really need a new phone every time your phone contract expires? No, you don't, because most of the time your phone is still in perfect working order. But what you need is the latest phone. You can look at your food. Sometimes we go to grocery shops every weekend and then we buy and buy and buy, just throw things into our shopping cart, and the shopping cart is full and overflowing before we leave the supermarket. We do all that because we're anxious. We don't want to lack food during the week that will make us run to the shops again, and then we buy too much food, and before the end of the week, some of them have gone bad. You throw them away. So are you throwing away a lot of food? It happens to me as well, so I'm talking to myself here. Sometimes I buy these packs of vegetables that cost €1.50, €2, and I end up not using all of them by the end of the week, and then they're going bad already. And then you have fruits, all these fresh ingredients that you can't put in the freezer. It may be €1, €2, 20 naira, 50 naira, 100 naira there, but it adds up. There's a big supermarket we usually go to, but we still have some small supermarkets around here that we can go to during the week if we run out on any ingredients. So that's what is helping me resist the urge to buy a lot of things during the weekend. Can you move to another part of town and get cheaper rent? Yeah, sometimes all it takes is to move to the next neighborhood and you get a huge reduction in rent. It's easier to move when you're renting. Do you really need a 3-bedroom apartment? Yeah, so all these things are tiny here and there reductions you can make to make sure that you have some money for yourself at the end of the month. Look at your expenses scrutinize it so much. Like, be hard. Don't take any prisoners when you're doing that. Don't do that when you're emotional. Go in there like an auditor. Yeah. The next thing you can do is to actually ask for a raise where you're working. First of all, can you ask for a raise? Yeah, you may not be able to ask for a raise if you've been working in a company for just 1 year. Sometimes, depending on where you live, for instance, a country like Nigeria, oh my God, you ask for a raise and they'll be like, this one is ungrateful. Because a lot of companies are one-man businesses. They think they're doing you a favor by employing you, not forgetting that you bring something to the company. If you can't ask for a raise, can you look for another job? Because, sometimes we kind of relax, nobody wants change. Once you find a place, you're kind of happy here, so you dare not look for another place, to work. Can you look for another job? For instance, if you've been working in your current place for 5 years, that's 5 years experience under your belt with the same salary. What your salary was worth 5 years ago is not what it's worth today. If you haven't gotten a raise since then, no, they're not worth the same, because you have to consider inflation. Money loses value over time. So can you find another place? If you add those 5 years to your experience, you get a better pay. And that's automatically a pay rise for you, extra money. If you've been surviving on your current salary, that additional money can go, all of them can comfortably go towards investing for your future. The third thing you can do to have more money coming into your pocket every month is to get another stream of income. Gone are the days when if you do 2 jobs, you have to be physically there for the 2 jobs. Like, you do 8 hours on one job and then you do maybe 5 hours on the second job, you have to be physically there. No, in this digital age, it's easier than ever to have more than one stream of income without having to be physically there for both of them. I know at the beginning, when setting up that digital source of income, it's hard. You'll be working hard a lot on it, setting it up, getting it going. But when it starts running on autopilot, you only need to put in a few hours a day to be able to get a decent amount of income from there. Even if it's just $200, 20,000 naira, 200 pounds, 300 here and there, that's completely extra money that you can channel towards your investment. So I hope that with this short video, I've succeeded in explaining this mindset thing. Being an investor is all about mindset. In fact, everything we do in this world, especially when we've been doing the opposite, if you have not been investing, it's just a switch of your mindset. That discipline, that willpower we always talk about that you need to be able to put aside some money towards your future is all about mindset. Once you have that mindset, you will understand that you can invest whatever amount of income you have. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, it's how much you keep. Yes, somebody may be earning 200,000 naira per month, but if they don't know that they should invest towards their future, if they don't know that they are young today, they are strong today, they are able to work today and earn all that money, but it's not going to be like that forever. If they don't understand that, someone that is earning 50,000 naira a month may be able to save and invest towards their future much more than somebody that earns more. If you learned something from the video, if you had a mindset shift today, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. My next video will be about a money market instrument. See you soon.